Yeah.
But yeah, so I just picked up brand new springs. That way I know there's no cracks anywhere or anything.
Yep.
That's before any of the holes are punched in there. So I just got like a full length of, I don't know, probably 5 feet long of spring steel, close to the dimensions that a sword would need to be at. And that was enough for me to make 2 swords. So
Mind asking me what you were charged for that?
I don't really remember. It's probably around $50 or something like that, 40 or $50.
Yeah, that's not too bad, eh?
Which if you're buying online, like brand new steel online, then you're paying at least that and then shipping yet. So steel's not cheap, but to make 2 swords, $50, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the idea of ordering stuff online and having to pay the crazy shipping costs you have to pay half the time. It's crazy.
Well, and if there's a local or closer option where I could just drive and pick it up, I'd way rather do that than
Support local.
Yeah.
With ordering stuff like sanding belts and stuff like that, use Canadian Knife Maker pretty much.
For my little belt sander, the little bit that I use it, I could just pick up belts at like Canadian Tire or Princess Auto for that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm currently working on a 2-inch by 72-inch grinder too. So
you are,
yeah, just gonna use all the speed controls and the motor from an old treadmill.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then welded together the frame of it mostly already, and I don't know, that's kind of just my own design too, so not sure if that will work. Might be hard getting all the wheels and stuff aligned straight, but
That is
again, how are you going to know if you don't try? So
there you go. It's a project that I'm looking to take on in the near future as well. I've recently picked up a 3-phase, 3-horsepower motor that I'm planning to use for it. Still got to pick up a VFD and then the wheels, and I have to build the whole frame. So essentially, I have a motor.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if it turns out good, then you're spending, a few $100 on a good grinder instead of a couple thousand.
Well, that's how I look at it. I think the one thing that's going to end up costing me a lot of money is the VFD. Other than that, I mean, the motor cost me $100 from I found it on Marketplace. So $100 for the motor, and then the metal. The metal I'll have for free because it's just whatever metal. I mean, like, I guess I could go and buy metal if I wanted to, but with everything that I've done for the work I have, I've collected so much metal over my time that I've got enough square tubing. I'll just make it from what I've got on the shelf. And essentially, that's where I'm going with that. Is I'm not trying to sound like I'm boasting about what I have or anything, but I'm essentially trying to point out to the fact that I've been at this for 20 years now, welding, metalwork, and over the 20 years that I've been doing that, I've collected a lot of steel. I've worked at a few different places. The last job I've had now, I've been having for 10 years. But over the process of those years, I've collected a lot of steel and a lot of knowledge from the places that I've worked at. And I've brought that all back home to my shop with me now. And I highly, highly recommend that if you're in the field of welding, mechanics, carpentry, anything skilled trade essentially, you have access to stuff that will benefit you at home in your shop. Take advantage of it. This is stuff that's just going to get thrown out, taken to a landfill, or sent to China to be turned into scrap steel for sale here in Canada. Like, what the heck, man? Come on, do yourself a favor. I know it ends up turning into a hoarding situation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's the nice part about living
in the country.
In the country.
Yeah. I mean, my wife essentially has a bit of a love-hate relationship with me. And obviously she loves me, she's my wife, but she absolutely hates my guts for the fact that I've got, our garage is my garage now, it's not our garage anymore. The shed is slowly turning into my shed, not our shed. The yard is slowly turning into my storage area, not our yard. And yeah, it is what it is. And I'm guessing that, you know, doing what you do for your work, like you're in a skilled trade as well, you do construction. Do you find that you've collected a lot of stuff over time as well, or? I mean, you're still young, so.
Yeah, but I'm always like looking. I'm gonna stop at Tim's here.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Tim's all the way, man.
Always
it's
looking.
Good song too.
Looking out for all sorts of stuff that we might use on a job site, and totally unrelated to blacksmithing, but it's like, hey, I could use that for this, like, or this piece for something else, and always have that thought in the back of my mind for repurposing stuff from when I've been roofing to when I've been doing concrete and when I've been working at the welding shop there.
I love it, man.
So it is kind of like working two jobs. It's working my regular full-time job, but I always have it in mind, the projects that I'm doing at home and what I could use from there, score for free or for cheap.
Yeah, man. It's not like we're getting paid a millionaire's wage or nothing. You gotta,
exactly.
Gotta make things work, right? Well, that's almost an hour of us chit-chatting. We'll probably do some editing in there and
Sweet.
figure it out and post it to the guild page, and maybe try to sit down with some other people and do some more interviews. And
Yeah, that'd be good.
the whole idea of this is to essentially build a bit of a library of interviews with smiths from our local area, so that anybody interested in blacksmithing in Manitoba can get an idea of who we are, what we do, how we do what we do, maybe get some hints on how to do things yourself, hopefully get some hints on how to do things yourself. Gives you the ability to reach out to us. Speaking of which, what's your Instagram again?
Metalhead Forge.
Metalhead Forge. Facebook?
Tracey Freisen.
Tracey Freisen on Facebook. And if anybody wants to reach you anywhere else, is there anything else? Twitter or anything like that?
No, that's about it. Those
Facebook,
two.
Instagram?
Yeah.
You got an Etsy page or anything like that?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, cool, great, awesome, man. That sounds great. It was awesome chat with you, Tracey.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, man. Take it easy, buddy.